Good day. Today we are looking at some more integration exercises, especially this type that will always need you to factorize the numerator before you move on, because looking at this there is no integration rule. But one thing I must guide you is that when you see problems like this factor at the denominator is also found up there. So when you're factorizing that, this must guide you. So that is a quadratic. When I'm factorizing it, my own technique is to look at the first term and look at the last. Then I look for two factors of the first term, which is x and x. The last term will be 3 and 2. But knowing very well that negative x minus 3 must be up there, it immediately guides me that this must be negative 3. But if you multiply this, you cannot get 6, so this should also be negative 2. So when you multiply that, it gives you 6. Then when I cross multiply, I get negative 3x and negative 2x. Then when I do my addition, it gives me negative 5x. So if that is what is in the middle of the term, it means my selection of my factors was correct. Then I will read my factors horizontally like that, x minus 3 and x minus 2. So if I go back to the problem, in the place of the quadratic, I'll put x minus 3 into x minus 2 divided by x minus 3, sorry, the x. So you see this item will eliminate that. From negative 2 to 0, then I'm left with the integral from negative 2 to 0 of x minus 2, which if I now start my integration rules, I see that there are two terms. I put the integral sign twice, from negative 2 to 0, negative 2 to 0, I transfer my terms, the variable inside, constant outside. I'm putting 1 because I didn't see anything in front of x. You're free to put 1 there. Then you have negative 2 is the constant, x in. Then when you integrate the first term, you get x squared over 2. Then the last term will simply be a negative 2x from negative 2 to 0. Then we can now switch over to formula 29 for a level 4 mathematics program. So it requires us to use the upper limit and replace x first. So you get 0 squared over 2 minus 2 into 0. Then we go to the lower limit. You get negative 2 squared over 2 minus 2 into negative 2. So in this way, the first bracket, you see there is 0 everywhere. So it will give us a 0. The second bracket, negative 2 squared is a 4. 4 divided by 2 is a 2. Negative 2 times negative 2 is a 4. And if you add those two, it gives you 6. But because of that negative, you see our answer as negative 6. So that definite integral ended up with negative 6 parts. So that's how you handle that, guys. So let's look at the second exercise, which is similar to the first. Now in this situation, we have a cubic function which is dividing that, but if you can follow from what we've seen in the first, this x minus 2 is also found up there. That is the technique. So you must be factorizing this while getting this in mind. But considering that this is a cubic function, we need a bit of factor theorem, like one of the techniques. So with factor theorem, we'll always start by letting the denominator to be equal to 0, so that we solve for the root. That is called the root. Then we use the numerator to divide that. And one of the methods is called synthetic method. So with synthetic method, you put the root outside. Then from that polynomial, you must write 4 terms. The first number will be the coefficient of x cubed. You see there is no number in front of x cubed, so we'll put 1. When you go down to x squared, there is nothing, you put 0. X, there is nothing, you put 0. Then the constant is negative 8. Then you have to do addition and put 0 under the first number. When you take this 1 plus 0 is 1. Then you take 2 times 1 is 2. You put under the next. 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. You put there. 0 plus 4 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8, and negative 8 plus 0 is 0. So when you arrive at 0, when you started with 0, means you have been doing the right thing. And another thing it tells you is that this is a quadratic. So therefore, x cubed minus 8x is equal to 2. You remember I told you this x minus 2 is a factor of the numerator, so it must be part of it. Then what is left is x squared plus 2x plus 4. So as a level 4 student who has done factors and mental theorem, that's how you factorize that. Then when you get to your integration, it means you'll be writing your x minus 2 there into x squared plus 2x plus 4 divided by x minus 2 dx. So you see that x minus 2 goes away. So you're left with x squared plus 2x plus 4, which there you have your 3 terms. If we were to choose to go through our integration rules again, then we need the integral sign 3 times. Here, the constant 1 goes out, we are left with x cubed. Here, the constant is 2 out, the variable is x in, the constant is 4 out, variable dx. When you integrate this, you will get your x cubed over 3 plus 2x squared over 2 plus 4x plus c. Now you see plus c steps in because we don't have definite integrals. So that's your answer. If you choose to simplify the middle term, it's fine, but if you choose to leave it like this, it's still okay. So guys, this was just to handle integration problems that will require you to start with factorization, so that when you see this kind of problems, you don't panic. Okay, thank you very much.